Hey, grade eights. So the last video I posted was kind of choppy and the sound cut out, so I'm going to try this again. Today we're going to do 8.3, exploring integer division. After this lesson, you will be able to divide integers using integer chips. Okay, so we have some key terms here. In this case, we have 6 divided by 2, which is equal to 3. So we have the dividend, which is 6, and it's the number that gets divided. We have the divisor, which is 2, and it's how many pieces are in each group. And then the quotient in this case is 3, which is how many groups you get after you split your dividend into the pieces. Okay, so this is how that would look done with chips. We have 6 items divided into groups of 2, which equals a total of 3 groups. So shown here, we start off with our 6 items, and we are showing the division into groups of 2, which leaves us with 3 groups. Okay, this is a show you know problem, so what I want you to do is model and solve 12 divided by 4 using your integer chips. And I want you to pause the video, complete it on your own. Once you're done, you can press play and continue on. Okay, so I am going to show this example here for you so you can check your answer. I am going to use this feature here. Okay. I need to draw out $12 of these integer chips. Oops. Okay. So here, I have my 12 integer chips. And now I want to show that I am splitting these integer chips into groups of 4. So I'm just going to make a copy of that there. And it's, again, my divisor and my dividend here. I am splitting my 12 into groups of 4. So I'm going to take this here. And I need groups of 4, so I have 4 chips in each. It's 1 group, 2 groups of 4, and lastly, 3 groups of 4. So this is equal to 3. Okay, this next one we are dealing with negative now. So we have negative 9 divided into groups of 3. So we're going to draw out our integer chips. So I have negative 9 of these. So bear with me while I draw those out. Oops. Okay. So we have negative 9, and we want to show that we are dividing that into groups of 3. Over here. Okay. So now we have to split this up into groups. So we need 3 groups here, 3 positive groups. So again, just a reminder of our rules, when we are dividing a negative by a positive, our answer is going to be negative. So in this case, we have 3 positive groups of negative 3 shown here. Those are all negatives. So again, we have 3 groups of negative 3. Okay, this is another show you know, so I want you to model and solve negative 12 divided by 4 and show your work. Pause the video, complete it, and then play when you're done, and then you can continue on. Okay, so this question here, negatives again. So I have to draw out negative 12 integer discs. So we got 8 and 12. Okay, then I want to show that I am splitting the negative 12 into 4 groups, 4 even groups. I'm going to make a copy there. All right. Since I am dividing a negative by a positive, that means my answer is going to be negative. So I'm going to split negative 12 into 4 even groups, and that will give me my answer. So there's 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, and my 4th group. And in those groups, I have 3 negatives. So my answer is going to be negative 3. So again, 4 groups of negative 3. Okay, this last type of question is a negative divided by a negative. And if we recall our integer rules, negative divided by a negative gives us a positive. So let's just show that here. Negative divided by negative equals positive. Just remember that. I'll make this a little bit easier, and then we might not get as confused. Okay, so again, got to draw out my negative integer discs. 6 and 9. Okay, then we want to show that we are splitting our -9 into groups of -3. Just gonna draw that out again. And I have, since these are all negatives, I need to group them into groups of -3. So there's one group, two groups, three groups of -3. So we have 3 groups of -3. -9 divided by -3 is equal to 3 groups of -3. Okay, this is the last show you know. Model and solve -12 divided by -4. Pause the video, do your thing. Once you're done, press play and continue on. Okay. So again, -12, we got to draw that out. Four, 8, and -12. All right. I'm going to draw that out again. Show that I'm splitting that into my groups of -4. So we have -1, 2, 3, 4, all together in a group, -4 in a group, and -4 in the group. So that gives us 3 groups of -4. -12 divided by -4 equals 3 groups of -4. Again, negative divided by a negative gives us a positive. Okay, practice questions for today are page 304, number 3, 7, skip the partner portion in the textbook, and question 8. You do not have to submit these ones. I want you to submit the other 2 that I've provided in the Google Slides.